It all started innocently enough. My husband, Tand, had surprised me with a lavish bed, a gift I had long admired but never asked for. He said it was his way of expressing gratitude for our years of marriage, a gesture to rekindle the warmth that had begun to fade. It was beautiful, carved mahogany, plush bedding, an heirloom piece that could easily last generations. I remember feeling overwhelmed with joy that day. I thought it was a turning point in our relationship, a sign that things were getting better. But that night, everything changed. As soon as we lay down, I felt uneasy, though I couldn't place why. The air in the room felt heavier, thicker. Tan fell asleep quickly, but I tossed and turned, unable to shake a growing sense of dread. Then, out of nowhere, I saw it, a shadowy figure standing by the foot of the bed, its form blurry but undeniably human. I gasped, but before I could say anything, it vanished. I chalked it up to exhaustion and didn't wake Tand. I didn't want to ruin the perfect night, but deep inside, I felt something was terribly wrong. It wasn't long before Tand started acting strange. At first, I thought he was just stressed from work. He had been pushing himself to make more money, partly because of the cost of the bed. But a week later, he told me about the dreams. He said they were vivid, disturbingly real. Each night, he dreamt of snakes slithering beneath the bed, their scales brushing against the wooden floor, their eyes glowing in the darkness. He could feel their presence even after he woke up, a lingering sensation that left him unsettled throughout the day. At first, I laughed it off. I thought it was just his mind playing tricks on him. Maybe it's your fear of death manifesting, I teased, trying to lighten the mood. But Tan didn't laugh. He looked at me with an intensity I had never seen before and said, "No, this is different. It feels real. Like they're here." That was the moment I realized something was truly wrong. His eyes were filled with fear, and I knew he wasn't exaggerating. The bed, once a symbol of love, had become a source of dread. The dreams grew worse, and so did the sightings. Every night, I saw strange figures in our room. They weren't just shadows, they had form, substance, and presence. Some nights, I would wake up and see them standing at the foot of the bed, watching us. Other times, I would feel a cold hand brush against my skin, only to open my eyes and find no one there. It was always the same, figures that seemed human but weren't, their features unclear, almost as if they were blurred by some invisible force. Tan had stopped talking about the snakes, but I knew he was still dreaming about them. He would wake up in the middle of the night, drenched in sweat, his body shaking with fear. We tried to ignore it, to act like everything was normal, but it was impossible. The tension between us grew. Our conversations became terse, filled with awkward silences. We no longer spoke about the dreams or the figures, but the unspoken fear was always there, hovering over us like a dark cloud. Our marriage was unraveling, and neither of us knew how to stop it. One night, after another encounter with the shadowy figures, I had enough. I confided in my sister, who told me that the bed might be cursed. I dismissed it at first. How could a bed, something so inanimate, hold such power? But the more I thought about it, the more it made sense. Nothing had been the same since that bed came into our home. It wasn't just the dreams or the figures. There was an energy, something dark and oppressive that clung to the room. Tan was hesitant to believe it at first, but after another week of nightmares, he admitted he had been feeling the same way. We decided to visit a local spiritualist, someone my sister recommended. The spiritualist didn't even need to hear the full story. The moment we mentioned the bed, she nodded grimly. "It's not the bed itself," she said, "but something attached to it. Whatever it is, it feeds on fear, tension, and negativity. The more strained your marriage becomes, the stronger it gets." Following the spiritualist's advice, we took drastic measures. We didn't just remove the bed, we burned it. The spiritualist said it was the only way to sever whatever connection had been formed. She performed a cleansing ritual in our home, using herbs and incantations to purify the space. As the bed went up in flames, I felt a weight lift off my chest, and Tan admitted he felt it too. The dream stopped, and the figures never returned. Things didn't magically return to normal between us, but the suffocating tension that had plagued our marriage began to fade. We realized that we had allowed something sinister to slip into our lives, and it took a tangible form in that bed. The spiritualist warned us to be mindful of what we bring into our home. Not every gift is a blessing, she said. And she was right. In our pursuit of material comfort, we had let something dark in. Now, we've learned to be more cautious, to trust our instincts, and to protect our home, because not everything beautiful is good. Looking back, I now understand the importance of being spiritually aware. What seemed like a thoughtful, harmless gift almost destroyed our marriage and peace. The warning is clear: not every blessing is from God, and not every beautiful thing is innocent. We learn that material possessions can carry energies or entities, and some may feed on the most sacred aspects of our lives, our love, our family, our faith. Be mindful of what you invite into your life and home, because some doors, once opened, are hard to close. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, comment and press the notification bell for more interesting and captivating creepy confessions. See you in the next story.